In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a frequency distribution table in Excel. We'll go through a simple way to organize raw data into grouped ranges so you can quickly see how often values appear within certain intervals. This is especially useful when you're working with test scores, survey results, measurements, or any list of numbers that's easier to understand when grouped into categories. To begin, open your Excel file and locate the data you want to summarize. The first thing you need to do is set up your worksheet properly. Place all of your raw values in one column, then in another column, create your bins, which are the upper limits for each group. For example, if you're grouping scores, your bins might end at 49, 59, 69, and so on. These bin values tell Excel where each range should stop. Once your data and bins are ready, click into an empty range next to the bins. This is where the frequency results will appear. Now enter the frequency formula. Type an equals sign, then frequency, open the parentheses, select the range containing your values, add a comma, then select the range containing your bin limits, and close the parentheses. At this point, the way you confirm the formula depends on your version of Excel. If you're using a newer version of Excel, simply press Enter. If you're using an older version, you'll need to press Control, Shift, and Enter together. That tells Excel to calculate the array properly. After confirming the formula, Excel will return a list of numbers. These numbers show how many values fall into each bin or range. In other words, instead of looking at a long list of raw numbers, you now get a summary of how your data is distributed. For example, you might see how many scores are less than or equal to 49, how many fall from 50 to 59, how many are between 60 and 69, and so on. This makes the data much easier to read and analyze, especially if you want to spot trends or compare how values are spread out. One helpful tip is to double-check that your bins are listed in ascending order. If the upper limits are not arranged correctly, your frequency table may not reflect the data accurately. It's also a good idea to make sure the output range has enough space for the results. And that's it. That's how to create a frequency distribution table in Excel quickly and clearly using the frequency function.